She had a very difficult semifinal, and she is now going to be trying for the second consecutive year to become the first ever ECC champion, first ever female ECC champion. Last year she lost in overtime in the finals.
Woo! She's keeping those legs back, working his neck, working his head. And we hear you. Good head control, staying on the throat, stopping him, keeping his arms away from her legs. She's going to work to spin behind to secure that takedown.
So we went from 285 pounds to 106 pounds. And let's just talk stylistically. What typically do you see from the lightweights that you know, what is typical of these 106, 113s, the people from down this area?
Lightweights are going to be faster. Obviously, they're smaller. And I like to think you see a lot more top and bottom wrestling, a lot more things going on. When you got the bigger guys, a lot less goes on the mat, it seems.
Yeah, it's like a heavyweight boxing match versus a lightweight boxing match where it feels like they throw 100 punches versus the heavyweights.
But that one heavyweight punch hits a whole different way.
Which we saw with Oates in the quick pin.
Oh no! She's down for 2.
Now we saw last year, very good from the mat, escaping. Let's see.
2-0, Bradey Jonasch. Nice little takedown. Working a 2-on-1.
Jonasch is 40-3 on the year as a freshman. And that's another thing. Typically, when you see the lower weight classes, you get freshman wrestlers because you don't get a lot of 106 pounds as you mature through high school, which is why Irizarry is interesting because she's likely to maintain for 4 years down at this weight class. She's only a sophomore, and you're going to be constantly wrestling probably freshmen and sophomores at that age, at that weight range.
I think we're going to be seeing big things from Irizarry in years to come.
Last year as a freshman, she had a great overtime experience in her loss. This year, back in the finals. And for a freshman, Bradey Jonasch, 40-3, he's not likely to stay, at the 106 pounds. So that's a great start to get off to a final in his freshman year.
I would agree. I've actually seen this one come up through Killingly Youth Wrestling, and we knew he'd be here soon. Maybe not this soon though. So, good job, man, freshman. Keep up the pace.
Well, I remember years and years ago where all you needed to do to get to the finals was wrestle at that weight class and be okay because there weren't a lot of wrestlers at the lowest weight class.
That's how I got there.
When you were at 160 pounds, though, I couldn't believe that you.
Yeah,
convinced everyone you were 106.
We actually my senior year, we won states at Ledyard, and we didn't have a 103 pounder.
Wow.
Any kid that was 100 pounds in the halls, we all walked up to him. Are you gonna come wrestle? We just need you to stand there because you lose 6 points every match if you don't have someone to wrestle. And yeah, you see that at the upper weights too, though. Not everybody has the big guy, and not everybody has the little guy always.
One of the staples of wrestling, the nosebleed.
We know you love it, the blood time.
And this is where I make the point again, where the difference in sports. And our own Chris Giusti as a basketball guy, and Juice, when a drop of blood hits the floor, one singular drop. In basketball, they evacuate the gym and they send people in hazmat suits onto the court. In wrestling, if this thing doesn't stop in about 10 seconds, they're just going to jam gauze up his nose and send him right back onto the mat. It's a thing about wrestling that I absolutely love. Right now, if this was a basketball game, they'd have the gym there would be no one left in the gym right now. Everyone got to clear you out. There's been a drop of blood.
Might say something a little bit about the difference between basketball players and wrestlers. I've heard them be called pumpkin pushers. That was one of my wrestling coaches I had. He was actually from Alaska, and that's how he referred to basketball players.
Pumpkin pushers.
Pumpkin pushers. Obviously, we have a little more respect for the pumpkin pushers here in the state of Connecticut.
But he of course grew up wrestling polar bears, so he gets to say what he gets to say whatever he wants. Juice, since you're new to the wrestling community, just in general here, looking around, you've had one match now, and you've seen this. What are you? Just give me your impressions, because you're a good representative of the people who aren't immersed in the wrestling community. What are your early impressions?
Yeah, I mean, the adrenaline's like pumping through me right now. Like this is intense. I'm trying to catch my bearings here and see what it's all about. But after that first match, man, I mean, that was impressive that they were able to get the pin so quickly.
So and still be out of breath in the interview.
Well,
he wrestled for 1 minute.
That's
and
right.
So what does that tell you?
It's a lot of humanity he's moving around out there. That's a lot of person.
We're a minute into the second.
Irizarry down 2-0. She
working that throat.
She tends to wrestle low-scoring matches. If you look at her road to the finals, you see a lot of low scores. So she's definitely a good defensive technical wrestler that way, and you know her from her days, coming up through as well. What can you talk about stylistically? Why is she so good at keeping the points down?
I mean, good wrestlers are good at defense, and in wrestling there's a fine line between defense and stalling, and a good wrestler knows how to tiptoe that line. I don't know, another thing, I think, being a girl and having to go against the stronger guys, you gotta wrestle a little bit defensively and try to catch them and stuff.
Looks like Jonasch is gonna work around and get another two,
We're
taking a
up to
4-0 lead
here. We're gonna be seeing plenty of Bradey Jonasch in the future as well. 40-3 freshman coming into the ECC finals, looking to take home his first championship.
So we're gonna get Jonasch with Irizarry in top position here. 4-0. She needs to
start of the third period. How quick's he gonna move off the whistle?
She needs to make something happen here, right? She's gonna need to get him onto his back, or
more blood time. Oh, it's not blood time, it's cleanup time.
I think it's blood from before.
Yep. We have injury time, blood time, and then there's cleanup time. They're all different.
When's buffalo mac and cheese time?
Right now. We just gotta.
All right, so I'm going to blame myself this year for a lack of planning, but I mean there is no reason why we shouldn't be coming on air in future events with a big bowl of something in front of us.
That's why I hope that the Killingly concession stand gals heard me say it over the air.
100%.
We put it out there. It'll make two guys very, very happy. But that's her right over there in the pink if you want the recipe. She won the first Nancy Cosman Award.
Wonder if there's any left.
Not if it's that good.
Probably not. So Irizarry down 4-0 here, trying to make something happen as the third period is 30 seconds
She's
done.
got the boots in there. This is where she's going to try to get those legs in. She's going to try working a power half and really working him down. But she's got to go big here. Even if she gets him on his back for a 3 near fall, it's not going to be enough. Potentially dangerous.
And you can see the strength in Jonasch. Like he's ripped for.
Jonasch got some panache.
He does, the panache from Jonasch.
Yeah.
But look at the tricep. I mean, the kid is rippling, so you know he's strong.
What's in the water in Killingly?
Buffalo mac and cheese.
Is that what they're pumping him full of?
She's trying. You can see she's trying to get that neck down. She wants to try to flip him over.
And right now, I'll be honest, he's got a minute of staying off his back. That's what he's got to do. And he's got the one escape. It's now a 5-point lead. She needs to throw him from the feet to the back and hold him there for 5 seconds for that 3 near fall 2 takedown just to tie it up. So
uphill climb here for Tatianna, for Irizarry.
Go big or go home. He's in on the shot.
Look at the strength.
And they're going to call a legal move for scissors, head scissors. Nope, back into the blood.
Blood time again. Opened it up a little bit. Of course, we can come full circle because the start of our fall sports season, we did the great, of course, fall sports video featuring Killingly's Soren Reef carrying a thankfully donated giant log from a reputable family tree business. And that log was meant, that scene was meant from it was a replica of the scene from Vision Quest, and he was playing the Brian Shute category. Now the Loudon Swain character, played by Matthew Modine, the big issue for him is he's a bleeder. He has pops nosebleeds, and he ends up losing a match because of the inability to stop the blood, because they don't tolerate that in the way. The Midwest, you can bleed, they get the heck off the mat, man. It's like a character flaw. Get out of here. Here, however, we're going to get the blood under control, and then we're going to send Mr. Jonasch back out to try to finish his ECC championship run with a 5-0 lead here with only 34 seconds remaining in the third period.
So Vision Quest came out in the early 90s?
Nope, earlier than that, 80s.
So it was the 80s because Madonna was in it.
Correct.
Right?
No, it was her soundtrack.
It was her soundtrack.
Yes.
Coming into freshman year, the guys were like, you have to watch this movie, and I watched it, and it gives you a little bit of more understanding of what you're supposed to be doing out here.
100%. One of my all-time favorites.
We don't have a lot of good wrestling movies, unfortunately.
Not enough. No.
Not enough. Not Foxcatcher.
Which is like depressing, though, at the same time.
Yeah. That is true. She's pulling some funk there.
I mean, I don't know what I'm watching right now, but Irizarry's trying like crazy, down 7-0 here as time's running out. And that's it. Congratulations, Bradey Jonasch. A 7-0 win over Tatianna Irizarry. She has made it to back-to-back finals and has come up empty, but I expect you'll see more from her as well here moving forward in the future.
So not only was she the first girl to be in the ECC finals, but she was also the second, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Juice, you got our next winner. What do you got?
Here with Bradey. Great win. How's the nose?
Feels good. Never felt better.
Now, she's known, she's a returning finalist. She's known as being a good defensive wrestler. What was the strategy going into that match?
Well, I knew she did a lot of over-unders and chin whips, so I wanted to stay low, go for back doors, so when I get the double, she doesn't chin whip me. She's a great wrestler, honestly. Very good defense. Awesome wrestler, props to her.
Only a freshman, and a lot ahead. What's in store for your wrestling career here?
I hope to win New England. It's my main goal.
Great job today. Good luck.
Thank you.